What's going on, guys? It's time for a House Divided. It's time to not do a blooper reel on a House Divided. We're gonna all do our very best to have solid internet connections today, and we're gonna hope Discord doesn't hate our German and our Sedalian, who's GMing, by the way. And before we start, as always, Kane, thank you for your support editing my stuff. Joe, Robin, thank you so much for your support on Patreon. That's how I'm able to do this stuff and also eat food. And turns out I really like eating food, just a lot. So,
you know, food is good. You've got us there. Food cannot be beaten.
It can't be beat, especially when
it comes to eating,
die horribly.
It can't be beaten.
All right, Joe, take it away, buddy.
All right. Speaking of beaten, I don't know. Weird segues. Speaking of weird segues. We're gonna reverse this segue, which I don't know if you can do that. It sounds pretty dangerous.
Do segues go into reverse?
It sounds like a good way to bash the back of your head in.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how the creator died. But either way, doesn't matter if you can't drive or segue in reverse because we're taking it back. We're taking it back to outside of Everwatch. In the blooper reel, I don't know if you watched it, but I don't know if you watched anything. Are you alive?
Are any of us truly?
Someone out there is forcing a robot to watch 1,000 hours of Black Dragon Gaming play.
Man, if that gets me on the partnership program, yes.
Well, no, it to watch 1,000 hours of Black Dragon Gaming live play and then write an episode based upon that.
Stupid meme.
I love that meme. It's so dumb.
It's the best. Like the Olive Garden one was my favorite. Anyway,
yeah, let's keep going.
Here we go again.
So last time, blooper reel. The time before that, Everwatch. The group, they were in Everwatch. That's right, Olive Garden.
The group was in Olive Garden last
they were
time.
at the Olive Garden.
A bunch of people burned down the Olive Garden.
You don't have to respond to it. Just
it's hard. As a GM, I'll do that all the time when you guys are being goofy in Discord. Just, I'm trying to GM.
I just diffuse it with just an acknowledgement. It's random. The group burned down an Olive Garden.
Fantastic.
That they were sleeping in the top floor of. The group was attacked by a group of farting blood blobs.
Gross. But
yeah.
In the Olive Garden, the fettuccine's gone bad.
No, my stuffed mushrooms. After escaping a burning building filled with blood blobs, the group was then thrown into said proverbial fire of Everwatch being under attack by a foreign force. They later discovered was actually from the nearby city of Davenport. As it turns out, the beginnings of a civil war have ignited between those who would support I would call it, it could be called a democratically elected government versus the old guard, the royalist government of Devonshire, who wishes to restore the kingdom of Daventry. The group escaped. I wouldn't say narrowly escaped. It was kind of lackluster and easy to escape, but the group nevertheless escaped and are hiding in the forest at this moment. We have rolled back. The group is outside of their camp, waiting. We're not going to do character reflections because they've already done a character reflection and we're starting in a half hour late. So we're going to jump right in with character responses. Or not character responses. We're going to jump right in, skipping character responses and going straight to the game itself. And we're going to start music that's not so epic because you're in a forest.
Forests can also be epic.
But this is a non-epic forest, strictly.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. It's an uncommon forest.
There's a ban on epic.
Just taps for green. It's not a Gaia's cradle.
Oh,
Isn't that our tavern music?
Just
It
a
hasn't
dry.
rained in a while. There's an epic ban.
so does that mean we are having a bard following us, performing music for us all the time?
That'd be sweet. Someone leadership in a bar.
You're like schizophrenic. Not
Yeah,
really, but you're just having hallucinations of a bard following you.
You hear it, no one else does.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
What a wonderful tune!
Yeah.
Call the cops.
Are we sticking with the idea of following the coast, which is quick, or do we want to take the road, which is safe? Have we changed our minds on that?
I think we want
I
to take
would
that quick
rather
coast.
take the road.
Damn it.
No, the road is quick. The coast is safe. You had that.
Right.
Okay.
Because the soldiers.
Let go with the coast route.
I agree.
Yeah, we don't have anywhere to be.
Out of curiosity, why the hell would anyone attack us on the road other than bandits?
Because we have too much magic.
I think the idea is more that the armies are still patrolling this area, and we might be swept up in whatever foolishness they're a party to.
Yeah,
Nice.
which would be bad.
That and bandits watch the road; they don't watch the woods.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Whatever. I'm
It
just
takes-
the buffer and blaster. Just point me in the direction to go.
That's the spirit.
As long
Takes
as
about
I
10 hours. Oh, go ahead.
okay. No. If you're saying we were going to Davenport, then we go there.
Yeah, I mean that was what we decided before the hiatus and during the blooper. So
Oh, we said we were going to go to Davenport at the end of like the last non-fucked up episode.
Right.
yeah, exactly. At the last of that episode, we said we would do it, and during the blooper, we tried to do it.
We did what we could.
Yeah.
After about 10 hours of travel, you guys make it there. You guys are pretty worn out. Having to make your way through these forests. I kind of imagine like an English forest pre-industrial revolution. I know you guys have all lived before the industrial revolution in 1600s England. Just imagine that. It's easy.
Sure,
I'm sorry, all of us?
Yeah.
Not you. You don't get to.
Fuck.
You stay in Canada.
Haven't had the spice.
The spice? What?
It extends your life, Tommy.
Oh, okay. One of these
Tommy,
days
do
I'll
you
watch
want-
Dune.
Some spice?
Some spice. You want some melange? We see many things, but when you guys finally get 10 hours of travel, you reach there. It's not difficult, but there's a lot of like obstacles of like rocky outcroppings, maybe some areas that soldiers have gone into to search for like escapees that you guys avoid. If you guys eventually make it there,
Okay.
where you guys are at on the map.
What time is it when we do get to Davenport?
10 hours. What time?
We
You're
don't.
not at Davenport yet. It's been 10 hours of travel. You guys have traveled 2 more hours than what you would normally do.
Then I'll move back to the main screen instead of the Davenport screen. My bad.
Yep.
Oh.
We still gotta sleep in the woods like we did last time.
We do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, fair enough. Elson Volker will take that first watch. We'll also open his character sheet. That's important.
Jesus Christ, he can do that.
Kurotama will take second watch because
No one
he
man
has
should have all that
life.
power.
It's just the red mage from 8-bit theater.
Alright, I'm gonna set up my bedroll and stuff, all the things that I have. We had an idea of who was gonna take which watch before.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I think I was taking last watch because
Because you're the
I
only guy in
have...
the squad without some kind of enhanced
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
So I have to
and
take
also, you
watch
didn't
while
have
the-
time to prep. You didn't have to prep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I would say let Gareth take first watch because I'm gonna need a fucking long ass nap.
Fair. Simvolka will go second then,
I would take third. Third.
which puts Kurosama at fourth.
Fourth. Okay.
You got the
Who-
crap
who's
shift.
Who's taking second?
That'll be Simvolka.
Okay.
Because somebody has to go first.
What's? That's true.
Okay, so per the percentage dice, the watches go on without any real problems, I guess. You guys are close enough to the road that you can see like groups of torch-carrying soldiers moving up and down the road, where you guys are far enough away that they're not really going to bother you. There really aren't any close calls either. You guys wake up the next morning refreshed. It's a little cloudy.
Hey, we regained a hit point.
We did it.
Now I'm only down 1 hit point.
And you don't have a massive head wound.
Well, that never happened.
Yeah,
That-
what am I even
what's
talking
Give it
about?
time.
Hey, yeah, just wait. Don't count
Give it a
your
few
chickens
minutes.
yet. We're still in the egg laying stage.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that will be the first roll once again. I'm just charging in, and some dude just smacks in my head.
We have not begun to collect goose eggs yet.
We have not. We will, though. I've seen us roll.
Yeah, if nothing happens, let's keep going.
I agree.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go to Davenport.
We'll say 4 hours later, you guys arrive
Okay.
in Davenport. And then
Now
you
I'll
go
move the map over.
Oh,
to
okay.
Davenport.
For a second, I thought 4 hours later you get a random encounter.
You find a cave. Maybe you should go in there.
On your way
Well,
to the
it-
town,
it-
you
it
come
could
across
have-
several caves, but for some reason just go right around them.
Absolutely no interest in these caves.
None whatsoever.
Kane,
Why don't you like my caves?
Because they're painful, Joseph!
Kane, I think I found a temple for your character to go to in Wild Hearts.
Temple of Trade.
Oh, yeah.
Temple
Temple
of
of Trade.
Temple of Trade.
I was wondering who was watching that.
Now we
This
know
is-
one of us. I'm terrible. I'm going straight to hell for that one. I love you guys, but mostly Kane at this point is who I'm talking to. He's from the Interplanar Crossroads, by the way, everyone, and they have a game called Wild Heart that's very old, along with their uploading of Rise of the Rune Lords. And if you don't hurry up and check it out, specifically like on Twitch next Tuesday around like 5 p.m. Central, you might miss the best character ever, because I think Necros and Magpie, and I'm talking about Magpie's best character ever, by the way, are probably gonna get got next session. It's not looking good.
My favorite parts of playing with you guys is always when Tommy just stops the session to shill for me as a human.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, I stopped watching Rune Lords for like 6 months, and then I went back because Magpie was kind of funny. Let's do that again.
He's trying to get them picks.
Magpie knows many things. Jesus is not one of them. Also, Kane has stayed the night in the same place as me, and if I wanted the picks were there. I was too busy trying to not die in a bunk bed. Kane knows. Those bunk beds were janky.
Yeah, I told you didn't want to sleep on the top bunk.
I did not. You're correct.
There's like a fucking foot of clearance in between that top bunk and the ceiling.
Yep, it was real bad. Anywho, Davenport. What's even going on here? Here's a perception check.
Davenport. So
It's 1 higher, 14. I need to program guidance into all my macros.
You need, well, Kurt. Well, if you're casted Shocking Grasp, you need to not.
Why? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Why is he casting Shocking Grasp?
Because if you're casting Shocking Grasp and you're automatically rolling with a guidance, that means Baku automatically eats shit.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I don't see the problem with that.
having a fried tengu like that is not good for anyone.
Kentucky Fried Tingu.
Hey man, every time you try to fucking touch the inside of my mouth, I get a little more okay with you being barbecued.
This is why humans do not like other races, especially the very touchy ones.
It has nothing. It's not racism. It's personal bubble.
I'll
Okay.
back him up on that. If anyone touched me like that, I'd probably give you a good punch in the schnoz there.
Personal space
So-
is important.
It won't do fuck all because I got no strength score, but
Same.
So which
Let you guys see as you guys approach Davenport. The first thing you see, other than like the surf villages out here, and let me throw a random person on the thing here. Come on. Oh, of course, Gareth isn't going to put away any... Nope, there's a bug.
No, my bloody icon doesn't want to cooperate, apparently, ever.
Well, yep. Other than these surf villages, is kind of moving along here are what clearly were the ruins of a wall that has been mostly cleared away. And it looks like they're trying to rebuild it, but for the most part now, it would appear that all hands are on deck for the war effort, it would appear. There are, from what you can assume, are probably weapon manufacturers. There are smoke. The black smoke of the industry is arising. There are still soldiers moving up and down the roadways. They don't seem to take much of a notice to you. A lot of the surf villages, or not villages, but surf houses, and some of the poor houses appear to be left without a man of the house. Other than that, it seems to be normal in the port. There are plenty of ships stopping off in the port, you can see. The city is still alive. It's just maybe a bit more alive with the sound of marching than trade.
Okay. Is there anything stopping us from going into the city?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Quick question, just to figure out if I got that right. The city also looks like it was attacked because there's no more city wall?
It looks like it was attacked a long time ago.
Okay, so a long time. So it's probably
more than
not
a year ago.
Okay. So I was just wondering if maybe the army that attacked Davenport also attacked here.
No, the army that attacked Everwatch came from
Everwatch.
Yeah, they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have an idea. If we are to gather information on the rebels or the action we are after, we should begin our hunt at the tavern, or where people like to go for the watering holes in Davenport.
And trash.
I mean, we usually stay in taverns anyway.
Yeah.
We will probably stay here too.
Maybe not after the
flesh
Well,
monsters.
Yeah, maybe.
Has
not
there been
after
anything
that.
we've been told about this place? Like, do we know anything about it?
I don't know. Why don't you make a roll?
Okay, that's why I'm asking. Let's see.
Make them history checks.
I'm also just making sure I've put all my skill ranks in properly.
Here's a knowledge local.
Damn it! I got twitchy hand real bad today.
I didn't supposed to be.
12 knowledge local.
We go back to the right map.
Where the hell did it go?
On your knowledge local. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be speaking like William Shatner. Knowledge local. Davenport
Really?
is what? Really?
No,
what?
go ahead.
Oh man, Savolka got the best.
Natural 12, natural 7. Total of 12 modified. Walking home. We did it.
Well, I don't even have knowledge local.
Some of us are rolling knowledge history. We've not a lot of world travelers in this group of adventurers.
No.
Not really. Randy. Sinvolka is more of a literal world traveler, but
He's just put one rank in to get his ear to the ground in a new setting.
And I mean, Baku and Kuratama are both from a different
Dragon
continent.
Yeah, so it makes sense as we don't know much about how things are here.
Yeah. Nevertheless, basic knowledge of the area. You know Davenport is a larger city. You don't know by how much, but you know Davenport is a far larger city than Everwatch. You know that Everwatch was like 10,000 people. Davenport is magnitudes larger. Davenport apparently is a royalist city, and Davenport, from that you can work out that Davenport probably has an aristocratic ruler rather than a democratic.
Mm-hmm.
Randy would know that, actually you guys would also know, and this is just because, not because of a history check, but because you guys actually learned this in your interactions with someone, that this is where the war hero William Pillard made his name, single-handedly capturing I don't know what we would call them, a unit of Imperial soldiers in St. Kennewick's Hills. Like I said, single-handedly capturing them.
Cool.
Okay.
And you also know that William Pillard and his royalist followers came here after royalists were executed in Everwatch.
And we are here to
We did it.
Investigate.
to look at them and go, what the hell?
Yeah,
Why you do?
we are here to investigate with our investigator's hat on.
All right, get to it, Sherlocks.
Okay.
Alright,
So,
we
what's
can
our first step?
infer a couple things. One of them being that Davenport attacked Everwatch because of their mistreatment of the Royalists.
Mm,
We also know that Davenport is a Royalist city, and they're trying to reestablish some aristocratic rule in Everwatch.
probably. That
Makes
last
sense.
part, probably.
Probably. So that would be something to confirm here.
One tactic we can use if we do go to a tavern, we can always talk to the locals, pay for their drinks, and that is one way to get on to any
Slip
term.
him a Mickey.
As long as people generally like free drinks, as long as we pay for them, they are probably willing to talk to us for the most part. Let's
Okay.
begin our investigation at the local watering hole or point of interest that we may think we may actually get leads.
Okay.
that's a
Make a
thought.
check.
So knowledge.
No knowledge check. I'm gonna, not to cut you off, but it might be a little easier for us in Volca to just approach somebody and just. I'm real tired. I just had to GM a real long, real standoffy session. Just the closest person who looks like they have a vague understanding of the world around them, and just, excuse me, where is the nearest tavern? Diplomancy. This is one higher. Thanks, Baku. 26.
Woo.
Nice.
The man that you approach, it's a man. You guys are kind of outside of the city. He kind of just points back into the city behind him. He doesn't say much. Back there, my lord.
All right, fair enough. I will thank him and look at the rest of the party and just wave my hand in the direction of Davenport. Just, back there, my
Were we
lord.
asking the serfs?
Yeah.
And that's mostly who's outside. Everyone who, well, like most serfs. This is an older man who is not fit for military service. Most people who have penises and who are active enough to be able to serve the military are in said military.
I see.
Whether they like it or not.
I mean, yeah.
I will lead. I will let Kuratama go.
Let's let Volca go in front
Yeah,
because he doesn't randomly break out in the Japanese equivalent trying to talk to folks. And we shall approach the city. It dawns on me we might want to be pretty efficient when we're in Davenport, unless we end up getting drafted.
True.
We don't want to get shanghaied.
I'm already, clearly loyal to another army, so that's not going to happen to me.
You're gonna get double drafted.
Baku, he the foreigner, so unless our rules about
French Foreign Legion.
forcing them-
I have drafted people in games before.
He has. I've been there.
He's not gonna throw that hammer. Oh God! He threw the hammer.
Guys, I'm real squishy and I really like good food, so let's not get drafted.
And also eat good food.
I mean, everyone who isn't already in the army is non-human, so maybe they don't draft non-humans.
I
because they're
mean,
racist.
they could draft you as a military chef.
That's true.
Maybe the recruiters do not like Tengu, so they are not going to recruit Tengus.
So there's a 22.
Well, I feel like
They could draft Baku as a rotisserie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A rotisserie with firearms. That's safe when you cook them. Anyway, that's a 21 on a stealth or survival check as we move into Davenport to just sniff the wind for the smell of tavern.
Okay, does anyone else want to make a check?
there's an entire district that just smells like stale beer.
What are
Yeah.
we making a check for?
I will proceed for
Taverns.
anything of anything of interest.
I feel like I should get a
Nope.
circumstantial
Tavern.
bonus to find a tavern.
I
So-
feel like Gareth should just have a tavern sense.
Okay, natural
Why
one.
do we always roll like crap in this game?
Okay, natural one. Baku finds the.
We're in the army now.
Dang it.
Find the odor.
In the Navy!
Baku
Sail the
find
seven
the
seas
odors in the city. Very, very tempting.
I think there's actually an encounter.
Now we're gonna put that chicken man on the front line to go die.
Hey!
Yeah, Baku the Raven man, not a
Whatever, they
chicken.
don't know. Big Bird dude.
They don't even care.
Big Bird, put Big Bird. Give that Big Bird a gun.
you think people in the military haven't eaten fucking ravens and shit
I'm
before?
sure they
I
have.
guarantee you they have.
Yeah.
They've cut up rats.
Well, if
They've
he's Big
baked
Bird,
them
I'm
with
gonna
stale bread.
need stats for a Loxodon if he's Big Bird, so I can be Snuffy, and someone play a Dampier and be the Count.
Looking around for a tavern, could I justify a knowledge local check for that?
Seems good.
Cool.
Yeah.
3 attacks!
19, then, I guess.
19, a knowledge local. Know what I'm gonna say?
There's an encounter
As you
coming
guys are
out.
walking, know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say lemon.
I'm confused, but alright.
That's right. As you guys are walking, Gareth, it's not the knowledge local that helps him, but he's looking around and he sees something out of place. He sees a small, kind of, I would call it a cellar entrance. But he sees emblazoned on the door to the door to this place. It's a lizard fallen over and like vomiting.
Okay, so as we're walking, Gareth's up front for whatever reason, just holds an arm like, wait a minute. There's liquor over here.
I smell.
I
it too.
smell a dizzy lizard!
He looks over and sees this, and he's like, well, that looks like a shithole, let's go there.
Yeah, Baku is going to examine this drunk to see how much he have drunk so far.
Probably
But
not.
it's
Dude,
not-
we're walking.
it's not-
Jesus, man.
It's a
What are you
picture.
examining?
His own
Oh, are
you
blood
examining
alcohol
the lizard?
content.
Yeah, I want to examine and make a guess. How much have he drunk already?
It is a picture.
Gareth?
No, the lizard.
The picture of the lizard on the sign.
Sign?
Donald, I like you.
I've been drinking.
I like you, Donald, but shut up. We're in the tavern now.
How much has Baku been drinking?
Oh, I didn't hear
What, did you think there was like an animated lizard on the tavern?
No,
Low
you're investigating the
magic
sign for the
setting.
tavern. You're drunk as fuck, bird.
Drunk as fuck bird.
Cardassian.
Oh jeez, we have that creepy bartender
Fucking
guy.
huge. Why is he so big?
I mean, Baku haven't even drunk yet, and he's drunk already. I am impressed
He's funk.
by his.
He sees a tavern and he just goes straight to it.
I
I must fit in with the locals.
humorous.
Get a negative.
He's got a negative con and he smells alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? That is it. Oh. All right.
Luckily, I can't be
Baku
poisoned.
probably smelled at like some of this weird thing he's carrying around.
24 perception. What's going on in here?
What is going on in here?
What's going on in here?
Let me get that music back. I don't know why it stopped. When you guys enter, you see a what? Stop it. A familiar face looks back at you from behind the counter. It is of this man here. A smile across his face. There's no one else in the entirety of the tavern except for him. He smiles. Hello and welcome, gentlemen. It's been a long time, yes?
That sense motive is a 27. I know the player is reaching, but the character knows what the character knows. Or might not know.
You sense nothing but there is always a hint of sarcasm in his voice. Sarcasm. But he appears to be genuine with his salutations.
Okay.
He also does not have. He's not preparing to shoot you in the mouth.
That's important. That's real important.
In theory.
Why would he?
I roll for déjà vu.
Natural one. Guys, he's about to shoot us in the literal mouths. Get down!
In the literal mouth.
All right.
Well, it's better than what I heard. I thought he said that he was going to shit you in the mouth, but that would have been a whole different.
Make you eat shit.
All right. All right, kids. My channel's under review for YouTube partnership. Knock it off.
Oh, cool.
You guys are literally taking money out of my pocket. Possibly.
They're not going to dox you for.
I don't know that. I need to get paid. I like food, please.
So we
For saying the poop words.
So the party enter the bar and see a bartender.
You see a familiar bartender.
Who the hell is this guy?
Not familiar to Gav.
I've met him before. I can't think of his name now.
We never got his name. He was on Auburn's Isle.
Yeah, but I know him.
You do know him.
And he's
Make
the
a
only
roll.
person in the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what, like a personal history? I know you told me his name before.
And he's married to a redhead. I remember that.
Yeah, that Baku tried to hit on.
Classic Baku.
Well,
Classic first level Baku.
Classic bird trying to get with the mammal.
Yeah, Kane.
Trying to make a therapsid.
And then you die.
What is a therapsid?
Stem mammal. Like a Dimetrodon.
Oh, mammal like reptiles.
Neat.
Yes.
I learned something about
Basically.
nature today. Alright, what's going on?
I'm trying to remember what the rule
The
for it
Carboniferous period.
was. It's half level plus int for personal history, right? I assume
Yeah.
that's the roll I'm making.
Yeah.
19. Why are these the only good rolls I get?
You're just really in touch
You
with
were-
yourself.
Useful.
You recognize Gelk standing behind
Yelk,
the bar.
that was it. Damn it.
Gelk.
Who the hell's Gelk?
You know who Gelk is.
You are from Auburn's Isle.
Gelk is.
You know who Gelk is. Come on, you and Gelk go way back.
Everyone knows who Gelk is on the Auburn's Isle.
You've known Gelk your whole life. Gelk sold you your first beer when you were a wee, tiny baby of 40.
are you sure?
Essentially, that's like everyone's stories. Like everyone knows Gelk.
Okay. Well,
But that's metagame knowledge, so fuck off with it. Sorry, noob.
You take that knowledge to the grave.
oh, we will. Alright, so Sinvolka will approach him. Well,
Right.
not yet. I'm kind of at a loss. Investigation games are kind of new for me. What's the first step here?
I mean, I'll go talk to
We
him.
ask questions.
But, like, what questions do we ask is the thing.
Well, howdy, Gelk. First of all, you say hello.
We
That's
are-
just polite.
We ask those questions that we want answers for.
Oh, okay, thanks,
Is-
Robin.
this
Jesus.
This is how we are going to do the investigation part of the mission. We're going to go up, be all friendly and nice, and once the pleasantries are over, we will begin with the light, friendly question, and then work our way to the more serious questions.
Fair enough. Well, Randy seems to know the guy.
I said, howdy, Gelk. How's business?
Well, it's just fine, Randy. How is your first assignment?
There have been a couple complications. That would be made much less strenuous with the addition of a pint.
I can certainly provide for you. He says he pulls out a pitcher.
How much is a? I'm assuming a pint is like you've been using the gold standard thus far.
A pint, a pint would just be a gold.
Okay, yeah, then he'll slide that across the table.
The pitcher is a pint, so he just hands the pitcher to you.
Oh, good. That's the way I like it.
Baku,
I like it.
Yeah, Baku, get a pint of ale.
Yeah.
He pulls up another pitcher of ale.
Kurotama walks to the bar and says, I need something a little bit stronger. Last night, I had a terrible nightmare that I got my face bashed in.
And was
That happens to a lot who live and work in the Adventuring Guild. I have a wide selection. Would you like something from your homeland?
Oh, I'd take that. I'm a bit homesick.
He goes back into another room. There's a fire lit in the center of the room, and you can see him pick up a small white porcelain. I don't know what the heck I'd call it. Sifter, I guess. Brings it back, and he picks up a small white porcelain cup and pours you a hot cup of sake. Ugh. Well, that sounds fucking nasty.
Yeah, I can't drink it cold but not hot. It's an acquired taste, that's for sure.
So, sake is good.
Yeah.
If you get used to it, it's definitely a acquired taste. So Baku would ask for hot sake.
All right. He does gesture like he has his thumb, index, and middle finger up for signaling for 3 gold pieces. Though.
Okay, I hand him the necessary coin.
I suppose I should be keeping
Kurotama
track.
slides 3 coins over as well.
Oh my god, I haven't been keeping track of money.
Getting some sake from the homeland is totally worth it to pay extra.
He pours Baku a shot as well.
I am imagining by the end of this campaign, Baku is probably going to be a major alcoholic.
He probably already is, considering he sees the lizard on the sign and just, how much have the lizards to drink today? Squawk! Toilet!
Nice.
Sinvolka will take a
Baku, I
water.
need you. Look at that clock, Baku. Look at that clock.
What clock? What is a clock?
If
Baku
you're
probably
not
has the
drunk,
most
clocks
understanding.
Are real old, man. Clockwork is real old. Don't give me that.
The worshipper of Bri probably
People
understands him
know
way
what
better.
timepieces are in the 1600s.
Maybe not a digital clock.
There would be at least a mechanical clock if we're talking about that time period.
I'm just saying, if you're not drunk, tell the time.
I would say, what is the time of the day?
What's the intelligence prerequisite to know how to tell time? Considering reading has a bar in this setting.
No, I was hoping he would look at the clock and go, "I'm not drunk."
I haven't reached my limit for the current time yet.
Gelk picks up a pitcher of water from beneath the bar. I almost said the barkeep. Picks up a pitcher of water from beneath himself.
He's been keeping it warm for me.
Yes. He's been roosting with it.
Just the way you like it.
Oh yeah.
So
You complained about hot sake.
So under the bar. So is there a bird nest with water in it?
No! Maybe. Probably not.
No, there's just Gelk's feet. His many feet. No, under the bar is whatever drink you need.
Okay. I got two real quick questions. One for Joseph and the other for Gelk, probably. The first one is, how much did we get paid by the council? Because Connor doesn't have his gold.
You got paid 1,000.
1,000, so you have 1,000, Connor.
Yay.
And Gelk, you're a worldly fella. As I'm determining by the fact that you are here in this city, in which is not the same city as the last time I saw you. You know what is? You know, have any idea what's going on with all this royalist business? There's been soldiers walking up and down the road for the past couple of days, and a mighty kerfuffle over in Everwatch.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Randy. In fact, the very reason you're speaking to me right now is because of this. He reaches underneath the bar and pulls out a letter. There is a seal on the outside, just a simple wax seal, and slides it across to you all. It says that I was asked by Auburn himself to deliver this to you.
I'm not gonna lie, for a second there I thought you were gonna say he pulls out a shotgun.
I'm glad you asked, Randy. Phase rifle.
Time to die!
Randy's like, I knew it would go like this.
Cardassian in a bar.
If he actually pulled a blunderbuss underneath from the bar, I would.
No, not a blunderbuss, Baku. Like
a 12 gauge.
Yeah, like
seven.
Like a modern.
Yeah, an AA-7 automatic shotgun with the drum barrel on it, and just demolished me.
Such a
12, I should say.
Now that's a TPK I can get behind, because what even?
Right.
He's got 2 KSGs, run!
Such an amazing firepower would actually blow Baku mind for the engineering.
And some other things as well.
Far wall.
Holy crap!
So much firepower in this gun.
We open the letter, and by we, I mean not me. I can't read.
I open it, and I like, Randy looks at it real intensely for a couple seconds.
My God. I'm illiterate.
Wow, this is real interesting here.
I agree.
You know, it'd make it more interesting if I knew what the fuck it said.
Yep.
Who can read?
Gareth.
What language is it in?
Abyssal.
So everybody just hand all written material to Gareth.
So Baku, it would appear to be in whatever language he is most comfortable with.
So
a series of squawks. It is written in that.
Cool. So it says a squawk 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 quack 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 and squawk quack, and then different variation of squawks. Talking what common language everyone knows what it means, what it means for the content.
Sorry, Tommy, I didn't mean to cuss there.
No, you did, didn't you? I wasn't even paying attention because it's just part of who you are as a person.
It's just Randy right there.
So what does the content of the letter read exactly?
The letter, without reading reading it out loud word for word, essentially explains to you all that for reasons outside of the council's knowledge, the ice-laden ocean has surrounded Auburn's Isle, making it impossible to return to the island. This will be your only way of correspondence, will be through the planar shifting of going to the Leaky Lizard. The council is aware of what's going on. However, they are unable to react. You guys are the only ones really there who will be able to be contacted, who have enough information to be able to deal with what is developing in Daventshire. The council is very interested in what is happening in Daventshire, as it is really out of the blue. They suspected that Daventshire would be unstable, but they didn't think it would go into a full-fledged civil war.
Sorry, what is surrounding Auburn's Isle that makes the water impassable?
Nice.
The isolated ocean. It's the lotion that it puts on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
You put the lotion on its skin, and so you can't go back to Tutorial Island.
The way it's shut.
It's the ocean that separates the rest of the world from what would essentially be the new world. periodically, though sometimes it can also be affected by powerful magics, it will grow and it will expand and contract. It's basically just a minefield of icebergs.
Okay, so like a bunch of.
Essentially, it would be Titanic Fest if you guys tried to get to.
Yeah. An inclement weather condition has prevented our return. The sea is impassable by traditional means.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Return
Do not grieve.
to.
Okay. So I'm gonna look up at Gelk, and should we assume that we'll find the lizard everywhere we go?
Impossible.
Everywhere you need it to be, wherever.
Until.
That's convenient.
Understood.
I wouldn't call it convenient. I would simply just call it the way things are.
How do you determine what is and when isn't needed?
Again, the leaky lizard simply just exists. There is no telling where I'll end up, truthfully. The only stable side of that doorway is in, well, back on Auburn's Isle.
Right, fair enough. I suppose.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I always knew that this place was kind of, heebie-jeebie, but I just chose not to ask questions.
Some would say asking questions is a good thing, he says as he kind of pats the table in front of Randy.
So, all right, that's very helpful. Thank you, Yelk, for establishing this line of correspondence for us. But that don't answer my original question. Do you have any idea or insight onto what the hell is going on in here?
Well, I only have what you know.
All right.
So that's no. Let's leave.
Well, I was just curious, as if to maybe Gelk's been in town for however long Gelk's been in town, and I was curious if he maybe had some insight being here ahead of us. Maybe he, knew something or heard something we hadn't.
He's not really in town. This is more like Chrono Trigger end of time style doorway.
Well, I mean,
as far as I'm getting.
Some off duties could have come in here and gotten real drunk. You never know. People talk.
That's true.
If we have to talk to soldiers, how about we find their watering hole and see if they are in a talkative mood, if we buy booze for them.
Yeah, see if anybody but Gareth wants to talk to them.
I also suggest that we don't speak in their mind.
Yeah.
What if I really want to freak them the fuck out?
What if we're all gonna be chaotic neutral just right now? I'm gonna lose my paladin levels.
Really freak them the fuck out.
Low magic setting.
Yes,
So that's a
yes.
yes.
Well, all right, but I don't think our first plan should be to scare the bejesus out of people. I'm just saying I don't a particular fond of getting lynched because you two can't keep your hands in your wizard pockets.
My defense. Only used my powers for good so far.
Right? I don't know. I'm sorry, Gil. It came out of my mouth before I understood the phrase wizard pocket. Felt a little nasty.
Gilk throws up a little in his mouth.
Right?
Damn it, dude. We don't talk about the wizard pocket outside the locker room.
Oh, I ain't been playing with no wizard pockets. I don't know how none of that works.
Whatever. So we got booze. We're drinked up. What's our first plan of action then?
Well, who do we ask about what's going on around? Sorry, go ahead, Donald.
If we are going to get the word on the street, let's talk to the other bartenders in the city. Generally, they or the more social people of the city would know more what's going on.
True.
Seems good to me.
Yep.
Agreed. All right. Sounds like we got a plan. Drink up, people.
Yeah, I'll knock back my pint. Where's the interdimensional McDonald's?
While this is going on, Baku, he
It's
is...
McBaku's in this one.
Gunk looks at you. He says, "Oh, it's right next to the intergalactic Wendy's."
Oh yeah, so just like 2 blocks down.
While this is going on, Baku, he is enjoying his alcohol pretty good. So he's enjoying the sake first, and then finish the ale next.
Then he's gonna get himself some wizard pocket.
You don't mix ale and sake. It's barbaric.
Okay, first of all, that's got to be some sort of Oriental Boilermaker, and if you're bad mouthing Boilermakers, I'm gonna fly over there and slap you.
When you said that, I didn't imagine you like getting on a plane. I imagine you just like Gandalf style flying across.
I'm gonna get on a
your robe
moth.
fluttering and just towards him,
I'm gonna run.
like Gandalf fighting Sauron style flying.
Ah, gotcha. No, I'm just gonna run real hard until I hit Nova Scotia, and then just take off.
It's a long run up.
Yeah, just right off
Santa
a
Claus.
bluff, just into the sky.
Like,
He went through Labrador. Get him!
what is the bartender
Get a
name?
radar contact going over
What is-
Labrador.
What is
It's
the
a cave.
bartender? What is the
Bartender's name is
bartender-
Gelk.
Gelka in the city here to aid our investigation. Is there any major social butterflies we can talk to?
Gelt looks at you for a second. Friend, I have no idea what city you're in.
Yeah, we're in the interdimensional bar.
Yeah, I don't think this thing happens to a lot of people other than us.
Yeah, fair. Low magic
We're in a
setting.
similar but legally distinct Inn of Plunder Crossroads.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back out into Davenport then and see what we
Yeah.
can figure out instead of just sitting here and flying to Germany, I guess.
Yeah, literally just sitting around computers, sitting around a table in a bar, shooting the shit.
Yep.
With all the gold we have, we can drink ourselves to a early death if we want to.
And I'm good. The Native
Early.
American would get there a lot faster.
Yeah.
It's like whatever year is current year, and I'm like in my 20s. I'm already middle aged.
Whatever, the year is 1998? Sounds weird.
It's 2018. Come on, guys.
1998. Well, where's my clam phone and my tumor?
Your tumor.
The tumor was inside you all along.
The cell phone radiation, bro.
Oh,
I think for a tumor, you just have to multi-class it.
it's an
Okay.
alchemist.
Alchemist.
No, Kane actually is
Yeah.
forbidden from playing alchemists everywhere he goes. So saith Alex at Interplanar Crossroads. Alright, so where we want to go on the map, guys?
Let's go to the South Keep district first.
What the hell is the Raiders district?
Where Raiders live.
That sounds safe.
Well,
Raider.
I mean,
Raider.
it's the Raiders district. I feel like maybe that's where bandits would come from.
No,
Maybe
it's
I-
local. Here
Maybe
we go.
I'm projecting, but
Yeah.
That would be too obvious.
Baku
Little too
preemptively
long
guidances.
Oh.
22.
Natty.
Oh,
So, the Raiders district, that nat 20 would tell you that the biggest tavern of the city is in the Raiders district. It's the Booze Hound.
no, we should go there.
We
But-
should.
The Raiders district is named as such because it was usually the first place to be struck whenever Jotun men would land and attack the city.
Mhm.
We could go to the biggest tavern there and talk to the locals there for information.
Yeah, I mean,
That
that makes
tracks.
logical sense. Biggest building, most people, a lot of drunks.
Hmm.
I agree.
Somebody might have seen. Well, maybe less drunks now, given that all the working age, able-bodied men have been conscripted into the military. But
Then off we go.
that was the end of my statement.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
It sounded
Off we
like
go
you
then.
got off.
Yeah, it sounds like you cut off.
Whereas previously Gareth knew nothing about this city, the sudden need for a tavern floods his mind with knowledge.
It is a dwarf being a dwarf,
Yes.
needing alcohol.
Wait, Booze Hound. I know that name. Why do I know that name?
That's me. No.
It's kind of like the in the older editions was where Dwarf had that treasure sense. Just in this case, he has like a booze sense.
That would be a pretty interesting racial trait to have.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Like, is he's traded out Gold Sniffer for? I almost said
Sniffer.
Liquor Sniffer, but that just sounds dirty.
Liquor sniffer. Sounds like a weird slang term for a dentist.
Right?
Ugh.
He's my Liquor Sniffer.
All right.
I paid my Liquor Sniffer $800 to scour my gums.
That is humorous.
He gave me a feeling.
Oh,
Bet it wasn't Baku because Randy will freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
get your
just
bird
about to
fingers out of my
say.
face.
So we go to the biggest tavern in the city.
So
Yep.
isn't it still like rather early in the day? I think we
Yeah.
only traveled 4 hours.
it takes like
maybe
an hour to move up here through like the throngs of soldiers
It's a
into.
season.
But yeah, it's still like early. It's probably like 1 p.m. or
Yeah, but it's a
something.
seaside town. Fucking 8 a.m. is drinking time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your point?
Any
Are you disrespecting my heritage?
Are you disrespecting my heritage?
Fist bump.
any hour of the day, hour of the day, it is appropriate hour to drink if you had the time.
Beer's got wheat, it's got hops, it's got grains, it's everything you need for breakfast.
Yeah, it's got like 4 of the basic food groups in it.
Just get yourself a hard orange soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
orange juice.
With vodka in it.
Yeah, it's your morning screwdriver.
Yeah.
When you guys get to the Booze Hound, the building is well and truly surrounded by soldiers. Not like they're attacking or anything. It's just like people are spilling out the door. Most of them are Davenport soldiers.
Okay.
All right. There ain't no reason for us to be worried about it, because we're not necessarily affiliated with Overwatch.
Non-combatants.
All the iconography, like I said before, we're carrying is either to places these people don't recognize, or are to like a neutral king. Well, not a neutral king, but like a
third
territory
party.
not affiliated with this.
Well,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you just gotta be careful that we don't piss anyone off by asking many questions.
Yeah.
The type of question we are asking, we should try to flavor them that we are not aligned with any groups that can lead us to any type of trouble.
Right.
Whatever you're
we-
angry at, I'm not doing it.
Someone should certainly keep an eye on Baku because he has a tendency to ask weird questions like, "May I remove your teeth?" or something.
Yeah, right?
May I have
May we kick this game in the ass, Jesus Christ.
May I have your organic liver? I want to examine a drunk liver.
No.
Do you have an unorganic liver, Baku? What the fuck?
As much as I really want to move this forward, you guys are
Town.
Shit.
Yeah, let's go to the
Normal
Booze
question.
Hound. Shut up.
We're going to the Booze
We're going to
Hound.
get drunk.
The Hound, like I said, is filled with soldiers. When you guys enter, get out of
When you guys enter,
Get
get
outta
out of here. Okay. Then I guess
I'm trying
we
to get
don't-
rid of Gelt. Get out of
Welcome
here,
to
Gelt.
Sultan's Platoon. How tough are you?
I'm trying to get rid of Gil. You can't. He just keeps showing up. We've established this.
Dare you?
Move you guys back to the thing. Come on. 1 second. It's being a little jerk with me. I have to line up perfectly so I can move you guys over. Oh, come on.
In the tavern there, we shouldn't cause any type of trouble as
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
there are a lot of
Jesus, look at how big they are.
there are a lot of
enormous.
professional soldiers.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. It's
Yeah,
going to be the
here I
name of this
have it.
session.
Tavern full of soldiers, caution suggested, semicolon, don't ask any stupid questions.
Yeah. Alright, we enter the tavern. Here's a perception check. 17.
Those are some magnificent beards.
Indeed.
It's full of dwarves. This is full of hairy dwarven soldiers from Davenport. I didn't know this city was so rich with shorty culture.
Shoddy.
Howdy.
Shouty like a melody.
No, it is just a generic crowd picture. Pay no attention. Woo! Oh, you guys can't see me moving around.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see me like. Oh well, I was like shaking it around the screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
unfortunately,
No.
we don't get the in-action shots.
We don't get
Okay.
real time unless you're really
Um,
good about it.
Look, just like outside, the tavern is filled with people. Let's see, what do we have here on you can't exactly see a bartender in the area. It's kind of like they're just up and left. Well, maybe not up and left.
There's
It's kind of just like you can't see them through the crowd.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I suppose logical next step would be to make our way to the bar or to start asking stupid questions.
Let's go to the bar first.
Yeah, seems good.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's what's happening. We're walking up to the bar. I suppose we're looking for a bartender.
Hmm.
Or some
I suppose
description.
you are. You guys do find a bartender. A portly man, balding, beardless. He's just kind of beset. Here we are. Come on, get it. He's gonna be huge. Oh,
He's enormous.
he is a pretty large man, like I said. He doesn't. You guys approach, and without speaking to him, he really doesn't pay attention to you guys.
All right. Does anyone other than me want to talk to him?
I'll let you do the talking.
I swear to God, Becky. Oh, no, wait, that's Kurutama.
I'm going to let you do all the talking I have learned from my errors.
Toilet! Especially because you don't speak his language. That's a pretty big error.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
We need to fight a bunch of goblins so we can ding level 3 so the people who aren't from the dragon, or people who are from the Dragon Continent can learn English.
We have a paladin. He has a charisma. Use it.
And he'll be there for the rolls and the checks and stuff. He's also not local.
Leveling up, I can learn another language, but it's only a matter of time to actually learn it.
Yes, that's the point.
The bartender man sweeps past you guys again.
All right,
rushing
like I
as you go
said,
down to the other side.
is anybody going to talk to him who isn't me?
It's you. You got this.
All right. Fine. Me and my charisma of 8 will do this.
And my
It's
charisma of
okay.
16
I'll
will
move my
watch.
charisma 7 if you'd like.
Yeah, I've also charisma 7, so you're still better than some.
All right.
You just run around with a bunch of ugly idiots.
Thanks, Captain Roleplay. Let's Howdy doody. You got a moment?
He stops for a second and he looks, yes, what do you want?
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pints? Just ale?
He looks, he kind of rolls his eyes.
Yeah, and then the gold is down on the table. Well, I mean, that's what everybody else is drinking. I might as well get in on it.
Hey, yes, that will be 5 gold pieces, please.
Yeah, he puts that down on the bar top.
Swoops it up with his
Sass
hand.
me.
Maybe a minute later, there is a pint sitting in front of each and every one of them. Each and every one of you.
Okay. And as he's coming back, is it always this busy in here?
Now everyone has money and reason to be in here.
Money? Well, I mean, the only time I ever see soldiers, this many soldiers with that kind of money means there's some kind of, what, war on?
He raises his eyebrows and he says, what, did you just appear in this bar? Of course there's a war on.
I mean, yeah, I did just appear in this bar. I ain't gonna lie. We just showed up in town, stumbling in from naughty here.
Auburn's Isle.
Doesn't even matter where we came from.
Well, I mean, we can't exactly get back into Auburn's Isle. The ocean's all, the fucking icebergs are floating in. So while we're here, we're pretty much killing time, and it's mighty busy in here, and I'm just curious as to why.
I imagine the soldiers just got paid.
Alright.
It's not my duty to figure out why each and every patron is in need. Is there any other reason you would be bought right now, or can I get back to work?
Yeah, go ahead.
He scurries off. Oh, scurry's not appropriate for this man. He is quite tall. He lumbers off. Quickly lumbers.
He's a lumbering son of a bitch.
Alright, I'm gonna have to, someone here, not necessarily me, even if that means we're splitting off into groups to harass individuals, if we want a better idea of what's going on around here, we're gonna have to ask people actually involved.
If we are dividing up, I will accompany Savolka.
Okay, seems good.
Yeah, who here I'm assuming the language here is still English, right?
Yeah.
So
Alright,
that's
so
everyone who's
same
not
general,
Kuratama or Baku. I think. Kuratama might. He has Common, Sylvan, and Pick 3.
I mean, I feel like I'm supposed to just be hugging onto Randy the whole time we're anywhere.
Right, so like dead serious, Robin, you gotta pick those 3. We can't just have you with a floating nebulous.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever.
At some point I did. Didn't I write them down in chat somewhere even?
I hope you did.
You may have. I don't remember.
Let's see.
No,
It-
I'll
you
start
know, it would
scrolling
be-
up.
But
There's
now's
a-
not the time to go through them.
Yeah.
If they are in chat somewhere, we'll find them when the game's not on.
Fair
If they
enough.
aren't, we'll hear about them when the game's not on.
Yeah.
What's the plan with you guys?
I'm
Split it
gonna. I'm not
Don't
sure.
split the party.
I'm not sure what to ask, because it's super obvious there's a deeper thing going on than just armies are attacking armies.
Let's lead the question of what is the current conflict as when it comes to the matter of pay to the.
I'm not about to pay him. You can spend your gold that way if you want.
No. Let ask the soldiers what is the major conflict that most gotten paid.
I think they were fighting in the town over. But what's gonna happen is Simvolka's gonna approach these guys over here, and I'm gonna make a diplomacy check as I just. Oh god. I want to ask them why. Yeah. Okay. So I'll approach them. Just excuse me, gentlemen. Why the sudden aggression against Everwatch? I'm new in town. Diplomacy +1, 16.
A couple of people pay attention to you asking a question. They're like, what, are you thick? Do you not have a king?
I will
Do
shake
you
my
not
head.
revel in the glory of fighting for him or your queen?
I'll shake my head no.
Well, that is why the aggression against our neighbors. I don't know why I'm so cultured and fine-sounding.
I like to slum it here with the booze hound with my men. I'm actually an officer in the Royal Army.
But yeah. Oh yeah, there we are. I remember now. He chose Jotuntown.
I remember that as well. Okay.
Because why not?
Yeah, just scream at these good fine men and giants. See how that goes over for you.
Yeah, we don't want to pick a fight this time, as much as we want the experience. Next question is, I want to ask them if there's anywhere else that, like, other than just Everwatch, that Davenport's been attacking. If it's a separate check, it's 23.
Oh.
And as a circumstance bonus, I will hand whoever I'm talking to the ale that Randy bought me, because I can't drink it, it'll make me sick.
The man raises it, kind of nods his head, sets it down close to him. He looks back at you, he's like, well, I imagine... Oh, I don't know why I'm Swedish. One second, let me find my Bristol accent.
Yeah, I was gonna say pick a culture.
Stick with it.
Pick a accent for the character. And
I am. I'm doing it. It's happening. I have to calibrate.
do it.
He's trying to gather his power, Donald. Or, yeah, your name is Donald. Donald. I have too many friends. There's too many people in my life. I have to go back to being a hermit again.
Well, sir, there are several places outside of Davenport and now Everwatch. There's down in the south, Castle Daventry, Mordek's Rest. Those places, I believe, according to the Lord Protector, they're quite strongly on the side of the Lords of the Land restoring the throne. And I imagine some of the hamlets out in the hamlet in the Halfling Hills are also possibly on our side.
Okay. Donald,
Man,
anything you want me to ask him?
This dude you're talking to is just morphing before my eyes.
I
The European
I can't
ethnicities.
think of
That-
any
that
question.
That first accent was like refined Soho, and then I had to move him to like Australian Bristol.
So here's a quick knowledge local check. It's a natural 1. I suddenly don't remember. I wanted to learn as much as I could about the King of Davenport.
You just spit in his beer.
Oh god, it was just well. Here's a quick.
Here's a quick knowledge local check. It's a natural 1. The RNG strikes again.
That's very, very interesting. If you give me a moment.
I've been letting to understand there's a road outside.
Out of no.
Did you guys know
nowhere.
there's an extra planar tavern on the other side of town? That's cool knowledge.
Tommy, this what happened out of nowhere. Yarba goes, come and puke on you.
No,
using
no, we only hose
acrobatism.
you. We only troll you with Yarva. But really, that what happens.
We only troll you.
Anyway, what happens?
I'm gonna say for the next day, as like you're thinking about it, and you like go to ask a second question, and you just start like babbling incoherently in some other language, and for a day you've forgotten the use of English.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, so I'm gonna look over at Baku and ask him if he speaks Sylvan.
So you speak extra languages, right? You basically just had a stroke in front of this dude.
He doesn't even care.
But your hermit verbation heavy.
I do know Sylvan.
Okay, so in Sylvan, I'm going to explain to Baku that I don't know what's happened to myself. Well, they might speak Istron. Speak that. No, I'll look at the crowd and ask them if they speak Istron.
They nod their heads. No, they don't. They look at you confusedly still.
Okay. Celestial's
Confusedly
probably a stretch.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna look at Baku and I'm gonna tell him that for some reason I can no longer speak their language, and I'm going to withdraw. And I'm gonna hope that somebody over here speaks Sylvan or Celestial, and I'll explain to them that I've had a stroke apparently.
Why do you speak
do not?
them
I
weird,
do
janky
speak.
language?
I do speak Sylvan.
You do, you're kitsune. And then I will explain to the party that it's not just Everwatch. Davenport's been invading everywhere. They've got the support of the halflings as well.
Of course they do.
The damn halflings.
Halflings. They are everywhere.
I was just trying to think. What do they call them in Willow? Pecs. Damn pecs.
Are we suddenly racist against halflings?
Yeah.
The crowd has recovered from Volka's sudden stroke. They've gone back to drinking and carousing.
Fibble dibble hop.
Every probation did hit it, but eat up hop. Oh no.
I need to go find a doctor.
Really shocked
that
they'd be
bit's in
invading
perfect
everywhere.
English.
The left side of his face just kind of drooped.
It's just oh no.
Oh no.
Skitteradooптafla.
Oh no.
Oh god, he's speaking Simlish.
Yeah, he just slips into Simlish, and it's
Esco, like I said, the crowd has recovered.
all right. It's a good thing your background is super weird. Otherwise, you having a stroke would be much more dangerous.
Good thing
Now
you're
it's-
wearing that dog.
Sort of, yeah. It's a good thing you're wearing that dog. Now having a stroke is just like part of your personality. It's just a thing that happens sometimes. Sometimes the dog gets a little too far into your brain, and you.
So far, we know of the know what is going on in the region. So, what is the other information we need to learn exactly?
That is the
Okay.
question.
Did they give you an idea of who else was being attacked by Davenport?
They, I need to look at the
They
lore
said
now.
that Castle Daventry and Mordax Rest were on their side. They weren't attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Well,
maybe
yeah, but-
some of the halflings out in the halfling hamlets were on their side as well.
Sinvolka said that Davenport was attacking other places, not just Everwatch.
No, I'm sorry if I misled you. Davenport is currently not attacking. It appears that they are simply just solidifying their position in Everwatch.
Okay.
Okay. So Davenport is allied with a halfling faction.
No, that's Davenport is allied with
Mordax Rest
oh
and
god, I can't-
the castle, and maybe some halflings too.
Mordak.
they would be make knowledge pertaining to nobility checks. I don't know why I couldn't think of nobility until the very end of that sentence, but I didn't. So
I should have that.
Got nothing.
Right. I could have sworn I had
Eat it.
ranks.
oh,
Boom!
he's got everything.
Dang!
You
Diggity
got
dang!
something.
You put some booze in Garrett, suddenly he's competent.
Oh
Gareth,
God, can relate.
Baku, magical hands at work.
Gareth knows that they would that most likely, though she probably wouldn't be oh crap.
Coherent.
Though she wouldn't be on board with it, that most likely their figurehead of the royalist movement would be Princess Valenice, who is Castle Daventry.
All right. Well, I relay
once-
this to the party.
Princess Valenice, brother of King Alexander was her brother. Her father was King Graham.
Figurehead.
Interesting.
Princess.
Figurehead. Valence.
I'm trying to keep actual notes this time. Princess.
Girl spell.
Valenice.
Copy paste.
Princess copy paste.
Princess copy paste.
Princess
stolen from Sierra Studios.
Princess
I was about to say, you keep saying King Graham, so...
Yeah, we're doing some King's Quest. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Princess cease and desist notice.
Princess Jane Joe.
Good check.
Princess similar but legally distinct.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, good attempt, but not quite.
Missed it by that much.
Okay. So what do we know? We got the correspondence letter from Gelp. From Gelk. So the council is aware that Davenport has been making aggressive military actions against other locations. We know that we can correspond with the council through the Leaky Lizard somehow.
And it'll always be there when we need it.
Yeah. And that return to Abern's Isle is impossible until further notice. In the Raiders District, we've established that, well, it's home to the largest tavern in the area, the Booze Hound. So we're at the Booze Hound. There's a lot of soldiers here because of the recent military activity. Davenport is allied with maybe some halflings, Mordak's Rest, and Castle Daventry, and that the figurehead of their movement is likely Princess Valenice.
Yes.
Okay.
And the noble in the city here?
But no, she would be in Castle Daventry, where
Right,
the
you said
last
that. My
of
bad.
Yeah,
of House Daventry lives.
she's the daughter of the
Graham.
late King Graham.
Yeah, she's the daughter of Graham. She is the sister of Alexander, who was the king before the collapse of the kingdom of Daventry.
Okay, daughter of the late King Graham. What else do we want to know? It would be very convenient for us to know where Davenport plans on going next, but none of these soldiers are going to know that.
Right.
Is there any commanding officers or any people that look like they are in charge of other men?
There looks like low level, but well, maybe not even that. This is a like very well, like
I have an idea.
just before Renaissance style army. So there isn't like true structure. There's like a sergeant at arms, and then
They'd have
everyone
markings,
else.
so yeah.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They just have rabble, and then they have the guy who's in charge of rabble, and then they have the guy who's in charge of the rabble of the guys who are in charge of
Rabble.
and then they have your like field marshal or king or chevalier or whatever you wish.
So, are these guys, just for my own personal satisfaction, are they wearing them like poofy sleeves and pants?
Yeah, I mean that's how they are still dressed, even though they're now separated from the Empire. They still dress like they still like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they're just wearing like what Daventshire would have worn before it left the Empire. So they're wearing Imperial uniforms, but they're separate from the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got puffy sleeves and puffy pants and cuirasses, swords.
Some of the iconography may be like pried off or scratched out or something.
It's been long enough. It's been a few years. So it's been long enough that they've been able to replace it. But
Okay.
yeah,
I got a better idea of how we can figure out who's in charge around here. If that was what we were going for.
Okay,
I mean, that might help if we can find someone who's
Knowledgeable, right.
in charge. Then they might know more than your average drunken idiot.
All right. Well, since I myself cannot do a charisma score to save my life, Tommy, Was Tommy the
Pretty
paladin?
boy.
Getting who's who?
Yeah, Tommy's
Yes.
the paladin who can't speak the
Okay.
common tongue for the rest of the day
Oh, right.
Because he had a stroke.
because he had a stroke. The downside of being a synthesist.
All right. Question then. If I used that, would I be able, like, would it be like a single message back and forth, or is it an open line of communication?
I'm pretty sure it's an open line.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's walkie-talkie, but you're whispering.
Mhm.
So this is going to come down
It's
to
sexy
GM discretion.
walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Sexy Wexy.
No, message, not massage. You-
Yeah.
Massage.
If it is a cantrip, then it's one Becca would probably learn.
Regardless,
Don't stop.
You gotta move it further away from your nose.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Get it out of your mouth.
It is enough. It is away from my nose.
Work on keeping it not bad. It's important.
okay. So, just thinking, if we wanted to talk to someone, we can't use his charisma check because he doesn't speak the goddamn language anymore.
Accurate.
Would I be able to use message to open a line of conversation between the paladin and myself, and be able to use his charisma score in a conversation?
So, like,
If I was,
I've
like-
ate another? Is that how that works?
That would be like a bluff check that entire time. And you'd be dealing with a lot of stuff at the same time.
Hmm.
Yeah, basically there
It would
will
be
always
like-
be an awkward pause because you will have to wait for
Just
the
eternally
Voca to
buffering.
tell you what to say
Yeah.
before you
and
say it yourself.
It would be like having a Bluetooth headset on and like trying to talk to someone at the same time someone else is talking to you.
Well then,
And
fuck
trying
that.
to repeat exactly what that other person's saying. If you were like a mentat or something, maybe.
Well, I'm out of ideas then, because I can't talk to bitches.
Maybe we need to just wait a day.
No.
Let's get drunk.
The way you said that is like a computer slowly. Let's get drunk.
Daisy, Daisy.
You're that gorilla from back in like the Windows XP days.
I thought-
Before that, even.
They're
like
saying
Windows
Daisy,
98.
like the failed video game.
No, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer
I
due.
know.
Like HAL 9000
I know.
from Space Odyssey.
Yeah, I know.
He just wanted to throw shade on Daisy.
Yeah, no, I just do the whole.
You've ruined it.
I had to say the whole movie title. Bother me.
With the time we have, let's check the other watering holes at the army.
This is the
So-
big one now.
This is,
Yeah,
Is
This
there,
is-
is there
this is the
any?
most likely one to get us information.
You know what? There's no reason we need a charisma check for this. Gareth's just gonna walk up to the guy we've been talking to or chatting with and just ask, if one were to want to help y'all out, where would we be going to enlist?
You're in the army now.
You're in the army now. A grenade flying over your head as you head towards Kennewick Castle.
Oh
Or
no.
Keep. Kennewick Keep.
Yeah, as we just time skip forward to Gareth in the army. The rest of us not Nord.
Gareth becomes a high-ranking general, has no idea how it happened.
Next thing you know, you're in a
Alcohol.
foxhole. Ah!
I have no idea what I'm doing on his face the entire time.
Yeah.
He leads from the front, and he has no idea.
Well, you guys get a quest. You need to go talk to the general of this army. Turns out it's Gareth, and he's like, hello, adventurers. Under his breath, get me the fuck out of here.
He's basically just a really short Jack Churchill with a warhammer.
I mean, yeah,
Anyway,
still as drunk and ugly as the real Churchill.
Yeah. Oh no, not Winston Churchill, Jack Churchill, crazy Jack Churchill.
So
No.
the soldier we're talking to, do we get a name?
does he actually answer me? Or
Yeah, he tells you to go to Kennewick Keep.
where is that? In the middle?
That's in the middle of town. We would have passed it on the way to the Raiders District.
All right, that seems pretty freaking obvious. Thank you, sir. Me and my gross face are gonna go over here now.
All right, you and your gross face do that.
I'm gonna go hang with my other gross face friends and the one shiny dude who's babbling in the corner.
Yeah. Nobody
Tyler
cares
Babbitt.
enough to check on the guy who's stroking out.
I imagine you guys leave the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't no neuroscience. Holy, my chair gave out on me. I ain't no neuroscientologist. I don't know what brain bleeding is.
Fair enough. To the keep we go then.
I suppose.
That would
Lay
be
up.
completely wrong, Map.
Lay on hands your brain or something.
I don't have enough mercies yet to remove that, and I won't because it's just a double dip.
There, when you guys finally get to Kennywick Keep, it doesn't take very long. There's a line of people like outside of the keep itself. There is what's the word I'm thinking of? A tent that has been set up. There are several soldiers inside of it. Men are being basically just stripped down in the middle of the street, given a physical, and then sent on their way inside of the keep.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Man,
Yeah, that's I don't want to join the army, so we need a plan of action before y'all get me conscripted to a rival military.
Well,
Also-
I was basically just trying to figure out where people would be who might have information. So
Wow,
the rest is on you guys.
I don't want to go over there and get touched by those guys. Baku is already doing enough of that.
Touching your mouth.
Ugh.
And other parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty much-
okay. Well, what
pretty
have
much-
you been doing with that bird?
Get the happy ending from that bird.
Well, he's a kitsune, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, back.
Right? The lust is uncontrollable.
Dragon continent sex magic.
One of the hands with one in the bush, you know what I'm saying?
Baku doesn't know if these humans are going to allow Tengu to actually sign up. So he is not even going to go.
Well, the
and
plan
I
is
don't
not
think
to
we
sign
want
up
to.
for the military.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Donald
we're not-
will
we're
be
not gunning for that.
conscripted.
We're essentially playing a Paradox Interactive game, but that doesn't mean we have to play like a character in a Paradox Interactive game.
Just start, Gareth just runs in and starts slapping shit till something interesting happens.
I joined the kingdom of Swadia, and I promise vengeance on her enemies. And the third part of the Oath in Mountain Blade as well.
Oh, dear.
Congratulations, guys. We have a terrible town that we have to protect with our 20 crappy, useless soldiers. I think I'm going to play Mountain Blade tonight.
Probably. It's actually a pretty good game.
It was quite a good game, yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Anyway.
let's go over here and slap the interact button until something happens. I need dialogue trees, damn it!
I need a dialogue wheel.
Plant your own.
I am going to guidance whoever is going to be using the dialogue wheel.
Not I can't speak the language.
Oh man,
Seven
The only option
charisma.
is stay silent.
Okay.
yeah, we're relying real heavy on the rude ass fighter.
Yeah, I mean, who has the highest charisma after the paladin?
Probably the cleric.
My charisma it is 10, so
And then it's like 7,
Oh,
8,
yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Mine's a 9.
Mine's a 7.
Oh,
1
let
point
me
less
check.
charisma than the cleric does.
So it's Baku who can't speak the language.
So it's Randy.
Ah, I don't know what to ask these schmucks.
We are low charisma group.
Ask-
Fantastic.
Some of the men in the line are looking at you guys, kind of like, "What are they doing here?" They've already been outfitted. And they kind of look weird.
They do look weird, I'll give you that. You boys are signing up for the Davenport military outfit, I assume. And
One of them responds with like, "I didn't sign up."
well, you know what I mean. You didn't sign up, but you're it's happening. One way or another. You have any idea where you're shipping out after here?
They look at you and says, "Wherever the general tells us to go."
All right, where's he at?
The Lord Protector Wessel is in his castle, of course.
So we're just gonna try and walk up into the castle? Is that our plan?
That seems bad.
Yeah, it does
Are you
seem like a
taking
bad...
plans from the NPCs?
Maybe.
We'll play that game. Okay, now what I need you to do is charge me as I have this spear braced, alright? Okay.
Just run right into it. It's
It'll
okay.
only hurt for a second.
This
and then nothing will ever hurt again.
One excruciatingly long second.
is the plan. All of us, we're going to take a couple of links, put it into disguise ourselves as servants, go into the castle, and be servants to learn the.
So it sounds to
army-
me like we're gonna have to go
army
kick some goblins in the forest until we hit level 3 and hope the plot doesn't move as we spend several weeks hunting mobs
Yeah,
in the
I
forest.
don't have any.
I totally thought he said serpents, by the way.
Okay, yeah, sure, we can fight some snakes. I don't even care. Snakes are probably worth more experience anyway.
I don't have time to reenact an episode of Murder She Wrote, so we're gonna have to figure out something a little more efficient than that. I mean, we do got some information so far.
Yeah.
We don't know where they're going after here, but I suppose that ain't necessarily incredible pivotal.
I am thinking.
We know that they're an angry royalist military force that's lashing out at non-royalist communities.
One way to learn information is if we do choose to use subterfuge message, we could potentially learn the information by looking at the records in the keep there, but that is pretty risky.
Yeah, it is. Like, my stealth score is not bad, but I'm not trying to get myself killed either.
Mine is. Remember?
I
you
do.
remember the blooper episode?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember it?
I do.
Is it coming back to you now?
Oh, yeah.
Are you feeling
Feel
you
it
getting
now?
a hit-
I'm
you
feeling it
getting
now.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Is Kurutama getting a weird headache in the middle of his face right about now?
if the issue, if I have to sneak in, I'm not actually bad nor good at it exactly.
So are you? I feel like what I'm hearing right now is volunteering to sneak into Kennywick Keep without the rest of us.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. We shouldn't do that.
It is a one
You can,
option.
Donald, if you want to, but that's we will get killed.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna stop you, but
I
that's on
don't.
you.
It is a plan, but I don't really want to do it with a lot of things going wrong real quick. If get caught.
Yeah, if all 5 of us were dex-based and stealthy, that sounds great. But it's like,
Yeah, okay. What is our goal at the moment?
Our goal is to gather information on the aggressive loyalist force in Davenport. At least that's my understanding of what it is we're doing here.
that's where I'm at too.
Okay, and what is preventing us from just going and asking somebody in the keep?
I mean, you have a point. Are there guards at the door that are going to stop us?
Oh yeah, I was about to say like thousands of years of like taboos and mores being set up is what's preventing you. It would be very more-tastic for you to just waltz into the castle.
Okay, I know what a taboo is. What the hell's a moray?
A more is in between a folkway and a taboo.
When the moon hits your eye like a
Yeah, I
big
was just gonna
pizza
say, other
pie,
than
it's
a-
between a folkway and a taboo.
A folkway is like walking around shirtless on the streets in winter. A taboo is sleeping with
Not
a-
illegal, but people look at you like, what?
Well, no, taboos are usually illegal.
No, I meant a folkway.
A folkway, yeah, and mores sometimes are illegal. A folkway would be like kicking a dog, or not kicking a dog. A more would be kicking a dog.
That's not nice.
Yeah, it's not
nice,
illegal.
It's not taboo.
You're just,
And
Terrible
even if it's not illegal, someone might kick your ass for it.
Yeah.
And they'd be justified to do so.
A folkway, people just look at you weird, and a taboo, taboos usually become things that are illegal.
Do you?
Okay. Well, I
do you-
mean, nowadays, if you commit a folkway, people look at you like you're a crackhead.
Not folkway. Did I say folkway? I said taboo.
No,
Taboo
you
usually-
said taboo. It was
Okay.
illegal. That's why I say nowadays, if you commit a folkway, people look at you like you're a crackhead.
But enough of the sociology lesson.
Yep.
There you go, guys. There's your
Let's,
college for you. How do we
there
get
you
in this castle? I have no idea.
A question: does any of us have rings in this disguise?
Probably not.
I mean, I do have a ring that could probably turn me invisible.
Kurosama could go sneak in and grab stuff, and invisibility is really good
I
until
do
there's
have
like
disguise self.
until there's like a magic sensor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that still wouldn't. Well, no, that can't make you look like a specific person, so it wouldn't get you in the keep.
Invisibility.
Well,
would,
I
Yeah,
probably
you just look like
well-
a different person that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, you don't belong here either.
Is there a side passageway or?
I don't think it's that easy.
Servant
Yeah, I was gonna say,
passageway
not
in?
that you would know of, if there was one. You are on an island.
Yeah. Well, are we on? I
Yeah,
suppose.
those are
I suppose
bridges.
this. Yeah, I was gonna say. I suppose this this waterway here is a little wide, respectively, to be a moat.
Yeah. It's pretty wide. Ships can easily pass up and down it.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Thames, more than
So,
a moat.
waltzing into this keep ain't an option, and that's where the general is. He's probably the only person to know more about what's going on around here, other than these mooks and
Not the general. The Lord Protector is
the Lord Protector.
of the city. Yeah.
Sorry, you know what I meant.
Yeah. Well, I know, but it needs to be said that Lord Protector Wessel is the Lord of the city.
Okay,
Like,
I'm gonna
the
write that down.
non-elected official. City manager. By blood.
Lord Protector. Whistle.
Wessel.
It is getting close to 11 p.m. So it is a good good spot to end the session, so we can think of the next phase of the plan.
We could, or we could keep going because we started an hour behind. It's either or.
Yeah.
It's up to- I think-
at 6.
Oh,
Well, I was
fair
gonna
enough.
say, I'm pretty sure guys have to wake up.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
wake
work
up.
in the morning. Joe works in the morning. It's like the sun is coming up for Robin.
I
Yeah,
love videos.
it's already completely bright outside here.
Yeah,
So-
fair.
I would like to play another hour, but I would also like to not
To
crash
people-
a forklift into a lumber pile.
Yeah,
That's
I would
fair.
also like if you did not crash a forklift into a lumber pile. I've seen what that looks like.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's real bad.
Um,
Gareth will suggest that we go get rooms at an inn somewhere and
we head back to the lizard.
sit tight for now.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
it go back to the lizard. Make what notes, and then give it to Gellick.
Give it to Gilk and see if Gilk
Gilk.
can tell us what's
Not
what.
Garrick, not Gellick.
Okay.
So we call it
There,
in.
there are rooms in the.
Well, so
in
you
the-
guys are on your way to the Leaky Lizard, and we'll end it there.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for watching. Well, hold on. Kane has the thing, so I'll re-enable the desktop audio in OBS. Go, Kane, go.
Okay, I was just gonna ask, does anybody have any more suggestions before we end it? Just so like we can, I'll write them down and we'll have them for next week.
I do not. I'm at a bit of a loss.
No.
If we're gonna rest before
I'm
we
not
try
used
anything.
to investigation.
I'm not either. Like,
I
commit
think-
suicide and come back with an investigator.
Well, at least he's not this kind. Usually, you have like kind of straightforward stuff. It's like, oh, there happened something. You're like, oh, do we find like tracks and maybe like a murder weapon or something like that? But this is kind of like a different kind of investigation.
Yeah,
This is
that
not quite as
helpless.
straightforward as the one shot I ran you guys.
that's very true. And I like it. It's different. It's just,
It's
it's
good. I
not
like
an animal that I'm used to taming. Anywho, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And we'll see you next time. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.